So we are live on Facebook. It is the Thursday Q&A, and today we have an incredibly special guest that I think we talk about this sort of stuff all the time when it comes to this time of year and a lot of things around food sources. But we actually have a really cool guest this year or this day today, Jeannie from Food4Kids. Food4Kids has a mission to fight childhood hunger, and they provide healthy food to kids who might otherwise go without, and they're breaking barriers to better health, learning, and futures. At the end of the day, hunger isn't just missing a meal; it's a whole cycle, is what they sort of believe. And with proper nourishment, kids can focus, grow, and thrive. Does that make sense, Jeannie?
That absolutely does. Yes, we
Sure.
feed kids every week for the whole year. Yeah.
So I think one of the misconceptions with relation, let's just jump right in. One of the misconceptions with relation to this particular situation is that this isn't just a food bank style charity. It's slightly different, right?
That's correct. Yes, we deliver food to the schools. We partner with the schools, and they help us identify which kids are in most need and register those children. And then we deliver the food to the schools, and they administer the program through their at their end. Yeah. So it's
Amazing.
different.
And so what are the ways that we can donate? Like, how do we get food, or what food are you looking for? Let's start with that.
Okay, well, the way our program works is basically I'll just do my little spiel if that's
Yeah,
okay.
go ahead.
So Monday to Friday, Halton Food for Thought is another great program, different, separate from ours. And they usually, not every school has it, but most schools have some sort of program Monday to Friday through Halton Food for Thought, where they maybe have a snack program or a breakfast program or something like that. So kids can access food at school. But we are different in that we are for the weekend. So once those kids leave on Friday, they don't have necessarily access to food until Monday. So what we do is if they're registered with our program, we deliver the bag to the school and then they take it home in their backpack for the weekend. So the reason I'm telling you that is because this bag of food has to be able to be nourishing, fulfilling, and yet still small and compact enough to fit in their backpack and let them carry that home, no matter what age they are. These kids are elementary kids, so they may be JK or they may be grade 8. So it's a range. So we try to keep the bag relatively small and within, a certain weight, so that it's a manageable situation. And so the food that we put in there are all like, a small, like a personal size cereal, for example, and a personal size milk container. We're not looking for like big boxes of cereal or big jars of pasta sauce or anything like that because you glass in it. You don't want anything that can break. You don't want anything too big and heavy. So we have a 6-week menu. It's very specific and tailored to those specific needs that I've just described. So canned pasta, the little, zoodles, that's a little meal that a little kid could take on their own, open the can, put it in the microwave, and it's done. It's not like it's not an ingredient, so to speak, that they need to cook a meal for themselves. So that's what kind of we're looking for. So Kraft dinner, the little can of pasta, a little can of condensed soup, not those big, huge, Tim Horton size can of soup. We need a little condensed one so that they can carry it home in their backpack, yet get it home and make it on their own. A can of tuna is actually really, really impactful because that's got a lot of protein and it's small and it's expensive for us to buy. So if you really want to contribute like a little can of tuna or a little can of ham or chicken or turkey, those are really going to go a long way with those kids' bellies. It's going to fill the bellies. It's an expensive item for us. So yeah, that kind of thing.
Do
And
you
what
take
else?
do you take cash donations?
Yes, that is cash is king over here because we do purchase a lot of our own items. So we purchase all our fresh fruit. We give every kid 6 pieces of fruit for the weekend. So it's a great amount of fruit. Either that or we maybe give them a little bag of carrots. So yeah, we purchase all that. We don't expect that to be donated. We don't expect the milk to be donated. We don't because it's all shelf stable little thing of milk and you can't really buy it at the store. Same with our cereals because they're personal size, like little hotel packages of cereal kind of thing. They're hard to buy at the store too. So,
I have been to the warehouse to help sort some of this stuff a couple of
mhm,
times. And I
thank
did
you.
notice there is fresh fruit there. So is that mostly you purchasing or do you end up having people donate that stuff as well?
Yeah, the only time we've ever had donated fruit was once throughout the year, and that's in the fall, and that's one farmer who donates apples. Other than that, we buy our own fruit. So yeah, it becomes an expensive venture to purchase that every week, and we do really, really appreciate financial donations. Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
So where is your warehouse? We can so that people will know where it is.
It's at Walker's Line and Harvester Road. It's for, oh gosh, you're quizzing me now. I don't know the address off by heart. 4391 Harvester, I think it is. But yeah, it's right.
I think it's right on the corner, isn't it? It's near the corner on the
Yeah, it's like a
side.
block. Yeah, it's a block west of
I
Walker's.
will confirm it is 4391 Harvester Road, Unit
Thank
3.
you.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
That's awesome. Okay, so this is where it gets a little bit interesting. So food, great. We're bringing this stuff. We want small snack size things. Probably granola bars would work, I guess,
Yes,
stuff like
granola
that.
bars, peanut free. Everything has to be peanut free.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So everything peanut free,
Yes.
little individual size snack things like individual
Hmm.
packets that can be like
Bear paws,
perfect.
granola bars, little things of Breton crackers, those kind of things. Yeah.
Talk to me about how many families you're helping.
Okay.
I think one of
So,
the things that always shocks me, just to preface, is that when I hear the stats, I go, how is this possible in my town? It doesn't
mm,
feel like it's possible in my town, right? In my
exactly.
city, right? Because it doesn't, like
Hmm.
Burlington as a whole, Halton as a region, doesn't
Hmm.
feel very like you would need this sort of thing.
Hmm.
This is where the
But
numbers come in.
it's really true. We are now serving 730 kids in Burlington and Oakville. And it's actually half and half. A lot of people are always surprised that Oakville is equal to Burlington, but it's true. And then with all of Milton and Halton Hills included, we're definitely like reaching 1,120-ish kids. Um, and the numbers have grown significantly. We're at the highest we've ever been right now. We've
That's
never
incredible.
we've reached a peak. Yes.
Do the
So
kids,
go ahead.
sorry, do the kids come to you or do they put their name in? As you say, they have to qualify, but do they ever come and say, we need food for the weekend or our family?
Yeah, what's the process, I guess, is what you're
Yeah,
asking.
you don't have to qualify in any way. There's no qualifications. We don't check your status or in any way. But the teachers and the principals are typically the ones who identify kids. But yes, there are parents that have come to me. There's even a man walked in last Christmas, I think it was, and he didn't speak a word of English. He was from the Ukraine. He just landed here, and he just, I think, saw food and kids on our sign, and he just walked in and we figured out through Google Translate that he had 4 children and he needed help. So yeah, like and so I just go to the school and I help the school understand that his kids are there and he needs help, and so we're needing to partner in helping him. So yeah, it worked out great, and he came off the program once he got on his feet, which is the other great part is we're not always there for the long term. Sometimes it's just to get people through a short-term hurdle that, they're struggling to make ends meet for the short term, and we are happy to play a part in that. There was a mom who um, came to help us. I think she gave us a financial donation and also brought in her company to help volunteer, and she was explaining that she was once a kid on the Food for Kids program. And she, because of Food for Kids, was able to, um, be successful in school. She was able to get to college, and she was able to break the cycle. And she was so proud of that, that she wanted to give back to our company by, coming back and like being part of our system. So it's very cool. That's a cool story.
How do you, I mean, do all of your donations come from the public, or is there government grants and things that you guys pull from? How do you get where you're at? How have you managed to grow where you've been to?
We're 100% charitable organization. We don't have any government funding. We do get grants from certain, but they're not usually like, yeah, here, go buy some food. That's not the kind of grants that they offer. They're like, we have an employee that's covered under a grant. So those kind of things don't really help us. So most of our money is, yeah, from the community, just people who are generous and kind and want to give us help. Does that answer your question?
It does. It does. The point I'm trying to make here is that, like, organizations like this, we spoke to the Lighthouse for Grieving Children a few weeks ago. A lot of organizations like this, they don't have money coming in from other sources, and so it's incredibly important to realize that our support as the general public is the only way they'll survive. And
Absolutely.
I see incredible value in this programming, to your point of, yes, Halton Food for Kids is one of the most important things, because I think more than ever now, I mean, talk about grocery prices has been on everybody's mind lately, of course, with the election in the US and all the things and whatnot. And it's true, like, prices of things have gone up. I mean, I remember a time when milk was $3 for those bags of milk, and now it's $6, and so
Yeah.
it's like there's a lot of things involved in the idea of being able to need this help. And you guys, if you didn't have the public, you would have nothing. And
Yeah.
so your message and your time is spent probably out there doing stuff like this in order
Yes,
to.
the reason you have me here is because my executive director, Jennifer, is unavailable because she's doing so much of this. Like, she's just double booked today. So I hope you don't mind that it's
Oh,
me and
not
not
at all.
her.
This is incredible. No, we just needed somebody because I want to get the message out, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's if you have kids, you realize as parents, like, the one thing you do is you sacrifice everything for them, or at least
Yes.
I do. I mean, most parents would probably think the same. And so in hard times, your first thought goes to, okay, how do we help the kids? How do we keep them in the right direction?
Yeah.
Right. And being able to have a little bit of support like this in the form of a few snacks and some food for the weekend when there is nothing else.
Yeah.
I mean,
And like, there's lots of reasons to be on this program too. Like, I mean, obviously the bulk of the people will be on here because of the inability to afford the food, but also, people get sick and they just can't tend to the needs of the kids as well as they'd hope to, or whatever. Like, there's so many reasons to be on the program. So, yeah, we definitely need to think about this in a way that we just need to lift these people up and help them and take care of them while they're on this in the situation that they're in.
I feel like there's no shame in asking for help, right? I
That's right.
think that's the
That's what I'm
key.
trying to say.
Yeah, like,
Yes.
I think there's so many different ways that your life can go weird right now. So many different
Yes.
things that can happen, whether it's like you said,
Absolutely.
illness, accident, various
Totally.
different things. And
Yes.
sometimes just that's it. There's a lot of folks that don't have family to help them out in like around.
Right. Yes.
Talking about your family from Ukraine, they've left
hmm
everything behind.
Yeah.
Their houses are destroyed. Their cities are
hmm
destroyed. They've come
hmm
here for a new life, and they have nothing.
hmm
And
Yeah.
so, like, that's a whole other thing. So, it's incredible that someone would be able to have that kind of support and help available to them. So let me just clarify. I just want to really clarify this point. So I'm a family that needs this, or I think I need this. I would go to my principal. I would come directly to you. Who would I go to?
The teacher or the principal would be your first best bet. You can also come to me but the principal will have also other ways to help you. So I think if you go to your principal or your teacher, then they can really find like a full range of help for you. This will be one part of the puzzle to
Oh, I
get you
see.
back on your
Cool.
feet. Yeah.
And
So
so
I
and so
think
those you have connections in all of the schools across Halton, I would assume.
yes. We don't typically work with private schools, but I'm
No,
sure we
of
could. But
course.
like generally, it's the Halton school boards, both boards that we work with. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay,
Okay,
so
Halton and Catholic?
Yes, both. Yeah.
Okay, both, yeah, okay.
Mhm.
the so just swinging back around to the idea of what is available. Just want to hammer that home a little bit. So you're sending small packages home with small snacks. Again, I'm saying this over and over again so people that are just hopping in later, can
Yeah.
see
Okay.
this and sort of hear this.
So
So
I'll
small
give you.
snacks.
Yeah, I'll give you the what we gave out this week. We gave out a personal size milk. We gave out a bag of quinoa. We gave out a little condensed soup. We gave out uh, two bagels, um, like fresh bagels. I'm thinking two granola bars and two things of crackers, and we gave out 6 pieces of fruit. So that in this particular instance, the protein was the quinoa. Normally, we would give out like a small can of tuna or a small can of ham, but on this, as I say, we have a 6-week program. So on the 6th week, we always give out the quinoa for a vegetarian sort of
It
angle.
really sounds to me like Costco would be a perfect place to shop for this if I was going to go buy something.
The Costco meat, though, it comes in these giant cans.
Mm,
So
just be
there is
careful.
lots of great stuff, yeah, at Costco, like the bear paws and the crackers. I think they even have like these little Rice Krispies squares snacks
Hmm.
that are individually packaged. So there are great things. Oh, and made good granola bars. The made good granola bars are great because they service like kosher, halal, peanut free, they're dairy free, they're vegan, made good is a great name brand, and I know they get them at Costco. So yeah.
Amazing. That's incredible. So, any other questions, Karen or Piers? Are we good?
One other thing I wanted to add
Yes.
is that we do tend to allergies. So if you do have a specific allergy, we do cater to that as well.
Amazing. And the last thing I'll say is, Halton Food for Kids website is, I'm just pulling it up, Food4Kids, food, the number 4, kids, halton.ca. And that you can donate right on the website, and we'll put a link down below somewhere. I think we've already put the Food for Kids Halton website down below already, but you can click on that website. You can click on the donate now link and put some money in. There's a link for volunteering and getting involved and hosting fundraising events. And there's also a link for upcoming events as well. It looks like there's some relation to the Georgetown Craft Beer Festival, which happened in September, and a few other things that you've been doing throughout the year. Any other events that you want to talk about that kind of help you?
We are going to be doing what's called Battle of the Chefs, which is if you're in for Kids world, it's kind of a famous event that we host, where we get local restaurants to come to the venue, which usually is the Oakville Conference Center, and they come and they bring their staff and they create these amazing recipes, and then you go as you if you buy a ticket, you get to go to all the different restaurant stations and try their decided upon recipe, and then we get to vote in which restaurant has the best recipe, and it's a really fun event. I don't have the date yet. It's coming up in the spring.
And
And
it looks like a pretty significant event because I'm reading the notes on it on your website, and it says you raised almost $160,000 in the last 4 years doing it.
yes.
That's
Wow,
So I think
incredible.
last year we did I think we raised like 50,000, but we raised 80,000, but I think with expenses and everything it ended up being like between 50 and 60,000 that we ended up raising that day.
And people can attend this event by going to the website, clicking on events, and then, you know, clicking the sort of you know, check on those events and see what where they're at.
Yeah.
And usually those are paid events. You go to them, you view that kind of
Yeah,
thing. Is that the idea?
that's right. And then we have we are so lucky to have people in our community who host events for us. I know that the turkey trot was like 2 years ago, but now they're switching it and it's going to be in May. So it's a 5K race that they're doing. But you know, we have no hand in organizing it, but we are luckily the recipient of that. So a lot of people who love Food4Kids will be racing in that race, just to support us. And then also there's these 7 beautiful women in Oakville who do a huge fashion show on our behalf, and we are usually the recipients. I can't say that we always are, because I hope we are again this year. But yeah, like other people do these amazing events for us. So if anybody is interested in hosting a fundraiser of any sort, and they are looking at Food4Kids as maybe the recipient, please reach out to us, because we'd love to be a part of it, or help you host it, or do anything we can to create any vibe that you need.
Awesome.
Oh,
No, that's incredible.
Can we talk about volunteers for a minute, Jeannie? So talk to us about how, if, you know, I want to volunteer. So talk to me about that.
Okay. Yeah, oh my gosh, our program doesn't run without volunteers. We have 15 drivers that come every week, 30 in total, because you come every other week. So there's 30 drivers that we need just in Burlington and Oakville alone. Milton and Georgetown have their own drivers there as well. So I don't know what the total would be there. And then we have weekly packers that come and pack our groceries every Wednesday. We have and that's really important. And then we also have people who support the pack. So yeah, volunteers really make the world go round for us. So if you wanted to volunteer, you go onto the website and register your name there, and I can reach out to you and help you get started and figure out what's the right fit for you. Unfortunately, I can't help everybody who wants to volunteer, but I try my best to get everybody involved.
So you do get a lot of volunteers.
Oh yeah, we need volunteers. It's part of, yeah, especially like if a food drive comes in or any kind of thing like that, we need help sorting it and stocking it and everything like that. So yeah. It's
Well,
just me and Jennifer and one other girl in the Burlington Oakville area, so we can't do it all by ourselves. We definitely need help.
Don't you love technology? It's made it more streamlined for you. Absolutely. Bringing in more money for you, obviously. And
yes, you can donate online. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, and it's wonderful to do that. And I know the turkey trot you're talking about, because I donated a tremendous amount of money towards that in the past probably 10 years. And I loved doing it because I knew it was for your cause.
That's awesome.
It was Rotary who was doing.
Thank you.
Yes, yeah. So it was superb. So as far as the whole package and everything else, that's wonderful. What is it that your outfit needs desperately every week that you go, why can't we just get this?
I would say canned meat and canned tuna. Those are the things. Yeah.
Right.
Those are the most
expensive things, right?
Yeah, those are the most expensive things. Those are the ones we give out the most. We give them almost every week except for the quinoa week. So yeah, and you know, canned Heinz beans is another one that we don't seem to get a lot of.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, those
yeah,
are good. Yum, yum.
yeah. Craft dinner, although we do get a lot of craft dinner, we go through it and it's an easy one. So people know what craft dinner is, they know how to grab it, and it's not that expensive. So if you wanted to grab some craft dinner, it goes a long way too.
But to be clear, like when we're talking about craft dinner, you don't want the box as much as you want the individual packets, correct? Or am I missing that?
No, the box. We
box
can
is
send
fine?
them the box. Yeah, the box is light and easy to, yeah.
Okay,
fits
cool.
in.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. because I don't want to inundate you with suddenly with like a whole bunch of stuff you don't need. So you
Even
can
the
do a
craft,
box of craft dinner.
even the craft dinner from Costco, even though it's a little bit bigger, we still use it. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, I think I've said it all. I don't know if there's anything else. This is an
I hope
incredible
so.
organization that could be supporting your neighbor, or you could be watching this thinking, I
Yes,
need something like this.
absolutely.
And listen, there's no shame. It is what it is. You're in a spot. Reach out to someone for help. They're there. And they're there for
Yes.
a reason because there's a need. And if we've learned anything about the world in the last few years, it's important that we all come together to support each other because there's too much vitriol and BS going on out there. And so places like this remind us that there's good people out there to help. So,
Yes,
and the people
we
that
need,
support places like this are the good people that are helping as well.
Yeah.
that's right.
So thank you for
And
coming on.
And I also want to say thank you to the schools and all the staff
Right.
for helping us make this magic happen. So yeah.
And so one
Yeah.
thing I just to finish here. So I remember from before, like when they send this stuff home, they're not making a big show of this stuff, right? Like it's not like, oh, that's the kid that has the thing. It's like they're really
Um,
making sure and taking care as teachers and support to be able to
Absolutely.
give this stuff to the students in a way that is a little bit more on the down low,
Discreet, yeah.
discreet. Good word. Yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
that's important to remember. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. And it's unfortunate that we have to do it that way. I wish there was no shame
Mm,
because
mhm.
I think that, helping others is just a good way to make the world go round. But it's true. And so we make sure that the schools do this in a discretionary way where they maybe tap the child on the shoulder, ask them to make their way to the office at the end of the day, and just grab it on their way out.
Very good. Awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great place to finish.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
making sure that we've covered all our bases.
Confidentiality in regard to personal situations is always good. It's always,
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
there's too many situations that they could be faced with if somebody found out,
Yeah.
as far as other children and whatever. So
Amazing.
good.
And each school that's an example of how a school may do it, but each school has their own way, I'm
Yeah.
sure, of getting the bags to the children that needed them the most. But yeah, like it's always discretion is key. Yes.
Very good. Well, thank you everybody for watching. It's just about 30 minutes, so we'll shut it down. Remember, you can go to food4kids.halton.com. Or was it .ca? .ca. .ca. Sorry,
Yeah.
food4kids.halton.ca
Thank you,
to
Jeannie, for coming
donate, to
on.
help out, to volunteer, to do an event, to be a part of an event. There's so much you can do to help, and
Yes.
it is needed. So please, please, please help this wonderful organization do what they
Yes.
need to do because they need your help.
Yes, great. Thank you so much, you guys. Great to meet you all and I
Good to
appreciate your
meet you.
time. Thank you.
All right.
All
Okay.
right.
And
Okay.
Thank you, Justin. That was amazing. Thank you, Karen. Thank you,
You're welcome.
Piers.
You're welcome.
no
And,